Yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendyybailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, Wendyybailey.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us today. For this episode, I'm really delighted to introduce you to Brian Keith McNeill. Let me tell you what he wrote for his introduction. I think it's really amazing. Get ready, strap in, buckle up. You are about to meet one of the most dynamic men you have ever met. Brian K. McNeill is an author, four-time author, a sales speaker. He is a workshop facilitator as well as the co-host of a live daily podcast. Brian K. McNeill is also the founder and chief facilitator of MEN, or Male Empowerment Networks, as well as a licensed minister. Thousands of people all over the world have been both wonderfully entertained as well as greatly enhanced professionally because of Brian's teachings of how to sell you and your services. Welcome, Brian K. McNeill. Yeah, I love that introduction. I wanted to make sure people knew that you wrote it because it says so much about you that you stand in that space of, let me tell you who you really getting ready to experience. You know, this is the guy that you need to know. This is the guy that's going to really entertain you throughout this. So let me just say that we were talking before we jumped on the recording, and you told me that you have been in your business 24 years. You rebooted 4 years into it. And so 20 years later, here you still are. That's amazing.
It is amazing. I've been extremely blessed. I always like to start these podcasts by letting everyone know that our lives are not scrimmages or practice games. There is no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time, the speedster, takes its toll, and for all of us, every day really is the Super Bowl. So let's move forward. Let's do this Super Bowl life.
I love it. I love it. And I'm sure you attract a lot of men because of your sports analogies, right?
Yes, I guess so. Yes. But, you know, it's so funny, Wendy, why most of my clients have been women, although it's in the running cycles, though. I'll have a bunch of men, then I'll have a bunch of women. But I really can earn a great livelihood by just servicing women clients.
I love it. I love it. So what do you attribute this longevity in your business to?
I never, ever let myself get ripe and rotting. I keep myself green and growing. I love to study sales. By my own count, I've read more than 700 books on the topic, and I'm certain that's a conservative estimate because some of those books I read more than once. Mm-hmm. So, but I keep learning and keep learning, and I keep growing because, as well as you know, the way we sell in 2020 is not the same way we sold in 1990
That's
or
right.
80 or 70 or 60. You can't sell today the way they, even 5 years ago, buy differently than they did. So I keep myself a student of the game is what I do.
That's wonderful. And I can tell you're really passionate about it. When did you know in your growing up and becoming a man that sales was so much in your blood?
You know, I started in the world of professional selling at age 23. Mm-hmm. And my first 8 months, I was horrible at it until I discovered a book on how to sell. And I started my journey then. But by the time I was 25, I was training others on how to sell. And because, you know, when you read so much, you develop philosophies and based on what you're learning in the market. And I started hearing people say, well, where's your book, Brian, since you read all these books? And I didn't have one. And that was the best training I ever got. How come you're doing this for the company instead of doing it for yourself? And all these things kept coming to me, Wendy. And it got to the place where it was upsetting me in my belly. They're right. I should have a book out. I should be doing this on my own shingle. And then it got to the point where I couldn't stand the idea of not doing it anymore.
I love it.
So I launched my first company called Rhino Sales and Seminars in '96.
Okay.
And it really took me 4 tries to make it stick, because I did
talk about that a little bit. 4 tries to make it stick.
I was so excited to be in business myself. All I did was, and I had no leads, no prospects. All I did was market and prospect. And when you prospect aggressively, what happens is you get clients. So I started getting clients, and then what happened was I made a lot of money right away, and then I made less and less money until I made no money, and then I had to go do a job because I had a mortgage and wife and kids. So then the bug hit me, and I tried it again, and the same thing happened. I made a lot of money, and then less and less and less money, because what happened was I started prospecting, and then once I gained clients, I get 6 clients, but now I got to service them, and I'm not prospecting as much or at all. And it took me 3 tries before I was like, Brian, you can't stop prospecting. So by the 4th try, I figured out what the error of my ways, and it made it stick.
And here you are 20 years later. The thing that I know you and I have talked about, because we have a similar way of thinking about it is, and you hit on it, you touched on it when you said you got to keep prospecting. And let's sort of take that a step farther and understand and talk about taking it a step beyond just prospecting means nurturing those leads. It means nurturing those relationships. So you say there's a fallacy about nurturing leads. Tell us what you mean by that.
Yeah, I saw that. I think there's a fallacy in not nurturing them. Okay. The fallacy is, and it's very, very popular today, Wendy. Why? The popular thing is get more leads, get more leads, get more leads. There's so many gurus on helping people to get more leads, get more leads. And what it's creating is creating weaker professional salespeople. It's creating weaker entrepreneurs, because everyone's chasing the avenue of least resistance. You want my stuff? No, click. I'll go to the next one. Want my stuff? No, click. And everyone's looking for laydowns, looking for things that are easy. And when you get 100 new leads a month or 300 new leads a month, you can't service any of them well.
Right.
This is an old school adage, but I still believe it to be true, that the average sale happens after the 5th attempt. And, I use magic numbers.
That's about right.
Most people never, ever ask for business at all. They just tell what they do, but they never say, will you give my services a try? Will you hire me?
Right.
But average performers will ask once or twice and then never again. But only the champions will ask for the business over time, the requisite number of times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, until they buy or die.
Yeah, I love that. I really, really do. So when you talk to your clients, and you do a lot of sales training and sales speaking.
A lot, yes.
So when you talk to your clients, I know that you work specifically with service-based businesses. So when you're talking to your clients and they're saying, but, Brian, how do I do all of that? What do you say to them? How do I manage the load of prospecting, of nurturing, of servicing? How do I manage that whole load when it's just me?
Yes, that's a great question. Here's the answer. Systems. Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
Say that again.
Systems are more important than how good of a talker you are, how good of a closer you are, how good you look. Systems can help any personality to be profitable. A system in place. And it's a system that I teach, but the system needs to be tinkered with throughout your career, throughout your business life.
Yeah, you evolve it because the market changes, your needs for the system changes, your clients are responding to the system differently, so you need to adjust for that. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into the system. And when Brian says systems, I know you're not talking, Brian, about just technology. You're talking about processes. You're talking about how you get things done, how you move things around in your business.
I'm talking about how you track your touches. And a touch could be an email, a phone call, text, however. How you track your touches, how you follow up. What do you say? And what was the last thing you said? When was the last time you talked to them? I believe without great systems and great being very organized with your people, being very organized with your potential clients, if you don't do just those 2 simple things, money that should be yours will slip through your fingers every month.
What a scary thought, leaving money on the table, not getting it, you know?
Yeah.
As a salesperson, I know we don't want to leave anything.
Mm-hmm.
We want it all because it speaks to our success.
That's right.
As salespeople to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Really, really good. So I know that you co-host your podcast with your lovely wife.
Yes.
So tell us about how she became your lovely wife, because I think that's a really cool story, and how you guys decided that together you would host this podcast.
Wow. Long version, short version, intermediate version?
Mid version.
Mid-range
version.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been a sales coach and a sales trainer, and I was living in a different city, and I wanted to bring my workshop, How to Sell Your Services Like a Superstar, to Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to market it through an organization, and they wouldn't let me market it through the organization that I wanted to market it through. And I found out who was in charge. And the person that was in charge of the organization, her name was Lisa Santiago. And so I get her on the phone, like, what the heck? You guys keep marketing to me. And the first time you asked me to join your group, the first time I need your services, you won't let me do it, blah, blah, blah. And she explained to me why we couldn't do it the way that I wanted to do it, but she would help me anyway. And she did. She started marketing my event through her networks. And she helped me. And we was on the phone a lot up to my workshop time. And on the day of the workshop, Wendy, I was there. Wendy Y, excuse me. I was there setting up at 7 a.m. because the workshop, I was given 2 that day, from 9 to 1 and from 4 to 7, 2 3-hour workshops.
Wow.
Okay, with a 3-hour break in between. So I heard these heels on the linoleum floor because I heard her before I saw her. And then she walked in. She had a tall blonde mohawk, a short skirt and heels, and beautiful. Her face was beat and legs was blow. And I'm like, woo. And when I first saw her, now you and I know I ballroom dance, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm a smooth guy, but I've never been this smooth before this moment. I extended my hand to shake her hand, and then I sent the lady out. I brought the lady home, kissed her on her cheek, and then sent the lady back out.
Okay.
And she fell right into the move, you know?
I love it. That's so cool.
I've never done that before or since, but it just happened. That was my first time.
I bet you knew at that point something was special, right?
I don't know. It just overcame me. But I'm going to tell you when I knew. Now, after I did that, we had our greetings. She saw that I was in a room I had rented a nice hall with round tables. And she saw, and I had hired another lady to help check people in, but that lady hadn't gotten there yet. So she saw I was by myself, and she started immediately helping me to prepare for my workshop immediately. And then she kind of took charge, which freed me up to just focus on delivering a great workshop. She took charge of the people that I had hired and everything. And then after the workshop, we went to lunch together at a Mexican restaurant, Punta Cana, and she ordered in Spanish because she speaks both languages, which I thought
oh, that hit some buttons then, I bet.
And then she came back for my 4 o'clock workshop and ran the whole thing. So she heard me speak for 6 hours, and then I took her to dinner afterwards. On the first day, we had 2 meals together, 6 hours, and she probably became my wife that day.
That's awesome. So how did you guys decide to, and you guys have been married 4 years?
Yes, ma'am. We married in 2016. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So how did you guys decide to co-host this podcast that you do?
You know,
you said it is live, right?
It is live, Monday through Friday. We've done over 1,000 episodes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Monday through Friday, more than a couple thousand, actually. We started out, you know, we both had our own tribes and our own followings. So we had the idea of doing a 15-minute show, like on Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., just start our day off and start our people off. And we did a 15-minute show, and people were screaming, this needs to be longer than 15 minutes. And so then we bumped it to a half an hour. And then people were like, no, this is too much fun. And then now in the beginning, I didn't really know what it would grow into. But then we moved to an hour, and we're not going over an hour. You know, people want it to be because it's kind of a fun show. It's personal conversations, business information, and spiritual inspiration. And what happens is over time, we have grown.
Sales guy.
Huh?
You're such a sales guy. I love it.
What do you mean?
I mean, you got catchphrases and you've got alliteration. Like it's just part of who you are. I'm enjoying watching you and listening to you.
And salespeople like us will, and I love talking to other professionals, people who respect the industry, people who respect the profession. I can talk to us all day, every day.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have you back when we have more time, so you can share more about your show. Finish telling me about how the show evolved.
Okay,
and then
well,
we'll go to break.
It evolved from the beginning, 15 minutes, and we didn't know what we were doing in the beginning, but it kind of grew. And now it's a place where we can showcase amazing people like you, Wendy Y. We can have you on our show, and we can keep on promoting, keep on helping, keep on servicing, keeping it fun. And it's kind of like a way to start our day for both of us. And it's just an amazing thing. We have a wonderfully loyal audience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to ask Brian those profitable wisdom questions because it gets you in the know and the insight of what's really important. So we'll be back. Are you ready to elevate your sales game so you can add some zeros to your bottom line? Backed by popular demand is Supersize Your Selling, the 7-day sales challenge for coaches, speakers, industry experts, and marketplace influencers. Get ready to grow confident in your selling. Practice selling with grace and ease. Discover how to convert more ideal clients. Shatter your sales fears. Overcome objections effortlessly. Activate income acceleration in your business. This activation challenge features daily bursts of content, easy to complete assignments, sales coaching with none other than yours truly, Wendy Y, downloadable sales script, ongoing accountability and support. It's because it is designed to help you win. Sign up now at www.supersizeyourselling.com. That's www.supersizeyourselling.com, and we'll see you there. How do you create sustainable success in your business? It means that you're focused on creating a message for your most ideal client that magnetizes them to you. They're clamoring to work with you because of the messaging you have that shares with them your ability to solve their problem. It also means that you're working daily, weekly, and monthly on the right actions to impact your bottom line profits. Yeah, you want to increase them, but you've got to focus on moving away from the energy drainers and the time wasters to work with people that you are clearly designed to support in your business. It also means elevating your sales game. You've got to be really good at selling if you're in business, and you've got to know the right way to step into your sales game and elevate it so that you're authentic and true to who you are, and you're able to really and truly solve the problem your client presents when he or she comes to you. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey, known as your Income Acceleration Mentor, and I'm so excited that I'm going to be delivering another Income Acceleration Day, and you're invited. It's a virtual group coaching intensive designed specifically for people in the transformation space, like coaches and speakers and industry experts and marketplace influencers and CEOs and entrepreneurial leaders and consultants, all working on making a difference in the lives of people. Maybe it's in their business, maybe it's in their personal lives. It's all about transforming the people you serve. It's virtual, no traffic, no travel. And when we get together, we roll up our sleeves and we create that messaging that you're really looking for. We also look at what your income producing activities are. We get rid of the energy drainers and time wasters in your business. It's also about understanding and identifying multiple streams of active and passive income so that when you focus on the right things, you know exactly what your bottom line is going to look like. And then finally, we're going to do what we need to do to elevate your sales game. It's a must. It's easy. I promise you're going to love wearing the new sales game that you have going forward. Income Acceleration Day is happening soon, and I'd love for you to join me. Go to www.incomeaccelerationday.com and get ready because it's all about accelerating your income quickly, growing your bottom line profits so that you can create the sustainable success you desire in your business too. See you there.
Hi, I'm Simon T. Bailey, and you are tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Listen, it's an amazing show. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you know when the next episode is coming your way.
Hi, I'm Michelle PW, and you've tuned into Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, and review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode is live.
Hi, I'm Penelope Jane Smith, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
All right, so welcome back. We're talking with Brian K. McNeill, who is the sales maven that I've really enjoyed talking with. We've known each other for a long time, and we're going to talk to him now about the Profitable Wisdom segment. So the first question for you, Brian, is who has had the greatest influence on you and your life?
Wow. The de facto sales coaches and sales trainers, some of the great legends of books I've read. I would say Zig Ziglar, Og Mandino, Brian Tracy, and Tom Hopkins.
Yeah, you're naming a bunch of them. Those are good. What about people who are not in the sales field, like that may have influenced your life in a big way?
I would have to go to my wife, Lisa Santiago McNeill. One of the major things she did for me is she taught me, because I am a professional salesperson, that there's more than one way to score your value other than productivity. You know, there's more than one way to appreciate how much you serve the world other than how much money you make. Yeah. And I have fallen victim to that a few times in my life. And that has been a major influence on me. It keeps me happier.
Yeah. Yeah. I talked with someone a couple of days ago in an interview, and they said they were really looking at this point in their lives for gathering experiences more than material things. You know, you can always get a bigger house, a bigger car, a bigger whatever, but being able to really capture experiences and have more experiences was more.
I'm with that person. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was amazing. So the second one is, what's the best business advice you've ever received?
The best business advice I've ever received is probably the same as the best life advice I ever received. 2 points. Number 1 point is, be willing to ask for more help. Be willing to ask for more help. And number 2 is, be willing to accept more help.
Yeah.
And that good. Right there, I mean, I learned that late in my life, actually, but I wish I had learned that 20 years earlier.
Well, and just remember that you learned it when you needed to learn it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what I'm thinking and saying is no regrets. You know,
that's right.
You learned it when you needed to learn it, and it has served you since then.
Yeah, it is.
That's it. That's all. So what's the largest single sale you've ever made in your business? Think dollar amount and circumstances. This one is always juicy.
Largest single sale was right at $30,000. And it didn't take that long, which was amazing, to get the sale. They had heard some things about me. And once we met, they took me to lunch. And it was 4 white men and me at lunch. And they were Socratic as heck. They were asking me questions.
They wanted to see how you thought.
Yes. They were asking questions. And I was sitting at lunch thinking, man, I am telling these guys no a lot. Because I kept saying, no, that's not, no, don't do it that way. No. And then by the end of lunch.
Learning.
Yes. But by the end of lunch, they were happy to book me for a year, actually. So good.
Nice. Very, very nice. And what'd you do to celebrate?
Lord, what did I do to celebrate that 30 grand? I don't know. I don't remember. But I do believe it's important to celebrate your victories, even the little ones.
Yeah.
Just for example, we celebrate a lot in my house. We have emojis. And my emoji says cha-ching with $sign eyes.
I love it.
Whenever either one of us brings in any amount of money, whether it's for a $15 book or a $3,000 program, we text each other immediately, cha-ching, and we both celebrate. Okay.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of like the barbell when somebody buys a drink or somebody finishes or whatever, they ring the
ding, ding. Yep.
Yep. So what has helped you when you thought about giving up? As entrepreneurs, we're going to think about giving up. The difference in giving up or not giving up is knowing that there's something you can do when you're faced with that. So what do you do? What have you done when you face those times?
That's a great question. And it will crop its head up, at least once a year, I believe, for an entrepreneur. I am a believer. And if you ask me what my religion is, I'm going to say it's love. But I believe that God has uniquely gifted me and qualified me and prepared me and wants me to do what I'm doing. I think he's put me here to help people to sell themselves and their services. And I see myself as his hands and feet extended, and I'm supposed to be the one to do this. He's revealed to me that there's some people that can only hear from me. They cannot hear from anyone else. So I have to do this. And if I don't do it, I'm committing a crime. I'm committing a sin. That whole adage of the sin of the desert is when you know where the water is, but won't tell anybody else. That convicts my spirit every day. So I feel like I owe the world my good water.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're like the third person who's shared an answer like that. So I hope that viewers and listeners are paying attention to that. It's so not about you when you feel like giving up. It's about the people that you serve. So awesome. And then the last question, what has been your greatest accomplishment outside of your business?
I've raised amazing children. I got 6 of them. And,
wow. Okay.
Very well, blended family, that kind of thing. But I got 6 that I can call myself the dad of. And I am very, very proud of my children. Awesome. They range in age from 30 down to 17. Okay.
None of them are really babies. That's great.
Yep.
So you got grown A people, not just not just minor children. You got grown A people,
and none of them are in my house either. So.
Oh, that's a blessing. Yeah, that's a blessing, especially during this time of quarantine, where
that's right.
They're grazing in the house by the refrigerator all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So thank you, Brian. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, I want you to share your closing, final thoughts, parting thoughts, and tell us a little bit about what you are going to offer our viewers and listeners today. Sound good?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Yo, people, what is up? This your boy, John Lawson, johnlawson.com, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Go ahead right now, subscribe so that you're notified every time an episode goes live. I'm out of here for now, guys. Peace.
Hi, I'm Sherry Burke, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Beverly Walthour, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Are you a coach, speaker, industry expert, or marketplace influencer who's ready to take your business to the next level? That means more time, more money, more clients, and lots more options, not just in your business, but in your life as a whole. I'm Wendy Y. Bailey, known as your Income Acceleration Mentor, and I want to extend my personal invitation to you to join me and my amazing guests as we tap into sales and marketing insights to help you grow your business and ultimately your bottom line.
It's easy to get caught up in the marketing side of it because marketing typically is more fun.
Yeah.
And
find businesses and opportunities that are going to bring you joy.
Saturday and Sunday was prime time. Lunchtime was prime time. So while everybody else is going to work, hanging out with their coworkers, trying to figure out what happened last night on Monday Night Football, I was making phone calls, I was responding to email, like I was, trying to build a business. So I had
my personal motto is by giving what I have, God is always going to give me what I need.
And if you were going to ride in my car, you were paying for the gas.
I love it. Tune in to Profitable Coaching Conversations at www.profitablecoachingconversations.com. Okay, so welcome back. We've been talking with Brian K. McNeill, and I am saying it right, K, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian K.
Awesome,
McNeill.
awesome. Okay, awesome. And Brian, if there's one thought that you want to be sure our listeners heard, maybe it's a point you made, maybe it's something that you haven't mentioned, but you want to be sure they hear, what's your final thought, your parting thought for our listeners and viewers?
My people are entrepreneurs and salespeople. In your business life, are you doing what you do to your clients or for them? And then I follow that up with, are you sure? Because if you're doing it for them and you're sure, then you owe it to them to do it as good as you can. You can get better. Your life gets better when you get better. Your world gets better when you get better. So invest the time, invest the money that you need to invest to get better. I did come bearing gifts today. And I think the gift I give is amazingly impact. I'm going to offer you guys an ebook. And I'm going to offer it to you free, complimentary. It's called the 1-2-3 formula. 1-2-3 formula. If you'll just do what this says do, you will be more profitable within a 4-week time period. It does 2 things in my ebook. One is it teaches you how to tell what you do as you sell what you do. And so many entrepreneurs mess it up right there.
That's a big one.
The question of what do I do for a living? And they struggle with that. The 1-2-3 formula will teach you how. And it gives you a roadmap, a track to run on what to do. Just 1-2-3 formula. If you miss 1-2-3, I'll get it to you.
Awesome. Awesome. Brian, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. We're coming to the close of this episode. I want to thank Brian again for being here. And remember that we're here every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, a new episode drops. We'll see you over at the Profitable Coaching Society on Facebook if you want to continue the dialogue. See you then, and thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from Wendy Y. and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.